Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Jacob, and this is the False Prophet channel where we get Islam busted and the false prophet of Islam, Muhammad, busted on a regular basis. As I told you all, and as I promised you would happen, the last video that I did about Adam and the paternal brother problem that I put up, Muslim Cheerleader, he had nothing to say about it because he knew I got him busted. He did exactly like I told y'all he would do in his next video. He told me that if I made a video that he would post a video, but he did post a video, but he did not post a video trying to refute what I said because he knew that he couldn't refute anything that I said. And he's making excuses saying, well, if I refute what you said, you're not going to believe it or this or that. But I promise you, Muslim Cheerleader, if you make a video trying to refute the video that I made, I promise you, you will be destroyed. I promise you, I will stick to the topic. I'm saying this before everybody, but will you, Muslim Cheerleader, stick to the topic? He will not. He's making videos, but he is not addressing me getting him busted. Only thing you got to do is go to my channel and you will see the latest videos that I have posted getting this fool, this donkey brains busted, and he is not responding because he already knows. Like the last video that I uploaded about Adam and the paternal brother thing, I showed the hadith that has Muhammad saying all the prophets are paternal brothers. He saw it and he was like, oh my gosh. So just based on that fact that I showed the hadith where it says all the prophets are paternal brothers, this fool must accept that Muhammad is a false prophet because his reason for trying to defend it was saying that all the prophets were not paternal brothers. But I showed the hadith where his prophet says all the prophets are paternal brothers. And all means everyone. It's no exclusion to it. No exceptions. So this fool is a liar, okay? And I'm not going to keep you long on this video because I don't have time to, waste on this coward. You know what I'm saying? It's too much stuff I have to do during the day to waste on this fool, okay? But he posted another video after he saw the one that I did, and it says the false prophet says Yahweh is created. I challenge you, Muslim punk, Muslim girl, show me where I said Yahweh is created. He is a liar. He's making up titles, making these blanket statements with no proof and no evidence. And we're about to get him busted with something that he said at the end of this video, and he's going to regret that he said it. We about to play what he said, and he shot himself in the foot with what he said. So without further ado, let's play what this coward said.
I've heard, I've just placed there. And it's up for the scholars to decide what is wrong and what is right. So basically go and play.
You heard what he said? It's up to the scholars in Islam to decide what is wrong and what is right. But when we show him what a scholar has decided on something, whether it be wrong or right, he rejects it. See, these Muslims, they are all over the place. They don't know what they believe in. I'm telling y'all, this religion is utter confusion. Okay? He said it's up for the scholars to decide what is wrong and what is right. But I thought it was up to Muhammad to decide what is wrong and what is right. Not the scholars. I thought it was up to Umar and Abu Bakr to decide what is wrong and what is right. Because Muhammad said in that hadith that I showed y'all in the other video, Muhammad said that after he died and was gone, he said, follow the example of Abu Bakr and Umar. But this fool said it's up to the scholars to decide what is wrong and right. So he has thrown his prophet under the bus again, because his prophet said it's up to Abu Bakr and Umar. He said, follow the example of Abu Bakr and Umar, and they are above the scholars. So, fool, you supposed to follow Abu Bakr and Umar like your prophet said. Okay?
Then afterwards he will say, if you tell him, for example, Ibrahim was Muslim according to the Quran, he will say, okay, where's the evidence in real life that he was a Muslim? And he will say, if you expose him in the part about Jesus, he will go to say, okay, where's the historical proof that Jesus was Muslim, or his companions were Muslims? So he'll basically play with your mind games when the thing that we have agreed upon is that to follow what is in the Quran, to talk about what is in the Quran and what is in the Sunnah. And when you expose him in that, he will jump to history, which is the same thing I can do is say, okay, where is there evidence that Jesus turned water into wine? Or where is there evidence that in history that Moses split the ocean? Correct.
Did you hear what he said? He said, where is the evidence? He said, let's translate what he said. He said that if he says something to me about Jesus being a Muslim, I will say, show the evidence. Basically, what he's saying is he don't have evidence for the things that he is saying, okay? And he said that because in my last video, I corrected him on something when he was talking about Jesus was a Muslim. I said, if Jesus was a Muslim, why did Jesus refer to God as the Father? When Muslims say that Allah is father to no one. And see, when you say these things to Muslims, they don't have an answer. Only thing they'll say is, well, the Bible is corrupt, but that's a lie because the Quran validates the authenticity, the authenticity of the Bible. So they can't say the Bible is corrupt. And if he want to go there, we can go video for video, and I can show and prove that the Quran validates the Bible. It's not like we need it to validate the Bible, but I can still show him where his own Quran backs up the Bible. You see, this fool, he doesn't want to go video for video because he know he'll get punched in the face and knocked out. He do not want to go there. So what he'll do is make a video about something else. This fool has gotten busted. Now, let's rewind back to hear what he said. He said, let's rewind back. And I promise I'm not going to keep this too long.
You can see this guy, the false potato, he tried his best. He got exposed by me. Now he knows the end is hard. He's trying to show Rob Christian that, oh, look, you don't have to worry about him anymore. I got him exposed. Since Rob is worrying about me and I'm exposing him. And by that, he also proved that I'm exposing even the false potato. And by that, I'll end it here because I took too long. He also narrated fabricated reports from Jews and Christians, which is well known. And Ibn Kathir himself acknowledges that and says that I have also placed Israelite narrations. But I don't take from them, I only put them there so that the scholars can study the isnads of the narration to see if the narration is correct or not. Right? Because of whatever I've heard, I've just placed there. And it's up for the scholars to decide what is wrong and what is right. So basically go and play around. Then afterwards he will say, if you tell him, for example, Ibrahim was Muslim according to the Quran, he will say, okay, where's the evidence in real life that he was a Muslim? And he will say, if you expose him in the part about Jesus, he will go to say, okay, where's the historical proof that Jesus was Muslim, or his companions were Muslims? So he'll basically play with your mind games when the thing that we have agreed upon is that to follow what is in the Quran, to talk about what is in the Quran and what is in the Sunnah. And when you expose him in that, he will jump to history, which is the same thing I can do is say, okay, where is there evidence that Jesus turned water into wine?
You heard what he said. Where is the evidence that Jesus turned water into wine? Now he's about to say something that's going to totally destroy him. Listen up.
Where is there evidence that in history that Moses split the ocean? Correct history. If that was the case, if there was a true history, every atheist would become a Christian or a believer. they would become a Christian, a Jew, or a Muslim, if that is clear evidence. But there's no clear evidence that these miracles took place for them, for the atheists and for the non-religious people. But for us, we have to believe that. And that is the truth. We do believe that. Even though many people don't have evidence for that, it don't mean that it isn't correct. So, similarly, if you're debating him about the tafsir, he'll know.
So, you heard what he said. He said, where is the evidence for Moses splitting the Red Sea? He said, if there was evidence, there would be no atheists left, because there would be clear evidence, okay? But he said, for him as a Muslim, they don't need any evidence. So basically, he just shot himself in the foot, because little do he know that the Quran itself tells the same story, not the same story, but it plagiarized from the story of Moses splitting the Red Sea. And we're going to show you. But he said that there is no evidence. He said there is no correct evidence. So basically what this Muslim just said is that him as a Muslim, he said he believes in the Quran, but at the same time, he just admitted that the Quran is not evidence. So he has told you, he was trying to use the Bible story of Moses splitting the Red Sea, but he wasn't thinking. He was operating off of emotions. He didn't calm down and say to himself, hold up, Muslim cheerleader, before you say this, don't forget that the same story about Moses splitting the Red Sea is in the Quran. And let's show you that story. Let's read. You see the translations? Let's read Yusuf Ali. This is Surah 2663. Surah 2663. Yusuf Ali. Then we told Moses by inspiration, strike the sea with thy rod. So it divided, and each separate part became like the huge firm mass of a mountain. But what did this Abdul say? This Abdul said that what we just read you is not evidence that Moses split the Red Sea. He shot himself in the foot. So he can never go to the Quran and use it as evidence for any argument about any miracle that he claimed. Because he just said that it's not evidence. He just said that it's not evidence. So you heard it for yourself. Muslim warrior, Muslim cheerleader admits that the Quran is not evidence. So basically, he's telling you then that all of the stupid things that he believes in is not based off of any evidence. We as Christians, we don't base our faith on no evidence. Jesus is a historical person who actually lived. The crucifixion of Jesus is an actual historical event that took place. But the Quran denies the crucifixion of Jesus without any evidence. When the Quran says that Jesus was replaced, Muslim warrior now must admit what we have always been saying when we ask Muslims, where is the evidence that Jesus was replaced by some lookalike and someone else was put on the cross in the place of Jesus? Where is the eyewitnesses to validate that report that Muslim warrior believes in? So he told you out of his own mouth that the Quran cannot be used as evidence. Everybody heard him. Everybody heard what he said. He said the Quran, as he said, cannot be used as evidence, And that's translating what he said. That's basically what he is saying. You heard it. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up like he made up me saying that Yahweh is created. I never said that. But he said that the Quran is not evidence in the example that he gave. So everybody heard it from the horse's mouth. This fool has just destroyed himself. So he can never tell us that Jesus was not crucified, because that's the whole reason why Muslims don't believe in Christianity, because the Quran says that Jesus wasn't crucified. But he is believing that without any evidence. The Quran doesn't give no eyewitness evidence that someone witnessed a man being exchanged for Jesus who looked like Jesus to be crucified. So this fool has destroyed all of his foundations. He has nothing to stand upon except, like he said, his silly belief. He just basically he's telling you we blindly believe in these things. So he's telling you what Islam is all about. Y'all just got to open your ears up and listen. This fool is telling you that he don't believe, he don't need evidence for anything. So this is a fool. So that's why when we tell him things and we show these Muslims things, they follow blindly, like this Muslim just told you. So with that, we have destroyed him once again. This is Brother Jacob signing out. Leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. And go over there to that fool's page and make mockery of him, because from now on, nothing that he says means anything, because he just said he don't need evidence for anything. So you just destroyed yourself, fool. This is Brother Jacob signing out.